Alrighty guys, as you keep into the Dragon Ball Legends TOP walkthrough video. This is going to be for season 104. The last season we ended off at rank 10,176, something like that. And it was a rough season for us. I'm not gonna lie, there was a series of mistakes that we did make and with the Sagas from the movies, right? It was my first time using Sagas from the movies. There was just information that I was negligent about that I do know now. So I think we're going to run it back with movies. Spoiler, this isn't the team I'm going to be running. You're going to see that later on in the video, but I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. We still were able to secure that 1,000 juicy CC, so hopefully you guys did too. And I did read some of the comments. I saw a lot of you guys actually had better luck than me in terms of having that yellow Broly stay alive, which is huge. I'm actually very happy about that for you guys. For this season is still going to be a little bit difficult. There is going to be some brand new fights that are getting added to the mix that we are going to be talking about. As always, I will always shout out and show some appreciation to doomgeta, Aflac, the Discord server, for all of the help and effort that goes into these TOP videos. Not because it's not just me. It's like there's a whole team behind this stuff, right? And if you want to go show them some support, I'll be linking some Discord links in the description down below. One of them is to the Celestial server, which is owned and managed by doomgeta himself, and the other one is going to be the Dragon Ball Legends Discord server, where most of the people in the Celestial server, at least like the mods and stuff like that, are helpers in that server. So if you need additional TOP help, you can get it from both of those servers. So definitely check those out. And as always, there will always be timestamps in the description down below. That way you guys can go ahead and get to where you need to go. And then I cannot stress this enough, especially from last season, get your friendship rank up. A big reason why this guy went down was not only because we got unlucky, but also because friendship rank, right? So friendship rank, you're going to see an increase in all these stats. I have him at friendship rank 1, so there's going to be no increase. There's going to be no additional like help. But if we compare someone else, like say this Beast Gohan right here, I have him at friendship rank 10. So I'm going to have his stats pulled up, and then I'm going to put his regular stats side by side. That way you guys can go ahead and compare and contrast and see what difference that friendship rank 10 makes. So yeah, that being said, make sure you guys are doing your friendship rank missions. I think there's also the special event right now up specifically catered to building that friendship rank. So that's also pretty good too. So now the next thing we're going to be talking about is, of course, the pathing. This is always one of the staples of the video right here. So left-hand side is going to be part 1. Right-hand side is going to be part 2. So in part 1, there's 3 difficult fights. That's including the boss fight, right? And then there's 1 alternate pathing. Alternate pathing, I always say this too in the videos, is that this is mainly for typically for sometimes it's an easier fight, sometimes it's to get more points, sometimes it's just for better suited for like a strike/blast team, right? Stuff like that. You don't always and most of the time I don't always follow the alternate paths. I kind of just stick to the main path. But yes, 3 difficult fights there, and these are color coded for you guys. Obviously the gray fights, everything that's in gray, there's no significant boost, but once you get into orange territory, purple territory, red territory, you have to bring out your high tier characters, because that's when the boost like doubles, triples, it just increases exponentially. And then speaking of the second half, there's also 3 difficult fights there, including that boss fight as well, and we will be going over some of those within the tips and tricks for the path. And then, of course, this is your color wheel for the season right here. This is basically compiling all the boss fight or the difficult labeled fights that we have that you're going to be going up against, and then telling you what colors to look out for. So obviously going off of this, blue is the most dominant color of the season. So you're going to see 6 threatening blues. You're going to want to make sure you have a strong green or competent greens, plural, on your team. For green units themselves, there's 4 of them. Threats, purple threats 3, yellow threats 3, and red threats 4. So pretty balanced between those 4 colors, obviously aside from blue. And then you have your cover changes, right? The cover change predictions that we go through each season right here. So strike cover changes, there's 14 of them, and then 1 strike arts counter amongst the labeled difficult fights right there. So for a total of 15. So strike is getting a little bit cucked here. Something that we are accustomed to seeing pretty often actually, right? And then for blast, there's a total of 6 cover changes with 1 arts counter for a total of 7. Again, blast is always just kind of like more favored in these situations right here, but it doesn't take away from the fact that strike teams are still more than viable to run through each season. One of the first fights that I do want to highlight, this is actually the alternate path fight. It's against the Resurrection F Saga, right? This fight isn't going to be that bad. There's this Ultra Golden Frieza right here. He's probably going to be a high priority unit, but remember, Ultra Golden Frieza, the comeback mechanic or whatever the mechanic is called, it doesn't get activated in this. So units like him, units like Turles, they don't get a second life in this game mode, right? So it's just the one and done. So even though he might be a high damage dealer, once you get him out of the way early on, that's it. You're not going to see him again. And then next you do have this Bojack family fight, the Hera clan, I guess is more appropriate. So highlighted units here is definitely going to be the Bujin and the purple Bojack. So Bujin's going to stun you at the start of turn 2, obviously kill him before he gets that off. And then the purple Bojack is going to super attack you at the end of turn 2. He has a really low key restore speed, that's why I say at the end of turn 2. So you get those two out of the way, and then that's pretty much it. You pretty much have the fight completed. And this Bojack up here, this free-to-play one, he's a recent unit, so he might have some good damage. I would probably include him like high to mid priority as well. But next we do have our first difficulty labeled fight right here. I don't know what to call this. If you guys have a name for this team, let me know in the comment section. I don't think doomgeta has a name for it either yet, but high priority is definitely going to be the Legends Limited Omega, the Raid Shenron. The good thing about Raid Shenron is that he does have the taunt mechanic, but only if there's like 5 or few enemies remaining, and ideally this team's not killing any of your units at this point in the run, so you shouldn't have to worry about that at all. But he is going to stun one of your units if you hit him with a strike. And then mid priority is going to be the 16, the Roshi, and then Ader does have death buffs, so you do have to remember that. Next, you do have this fight. This fight's oh my god, I can't talk. This fight's easy to kind of just glance over and be like, oh, that's nothing. And for the most part, yeah, you're right. But 100% be aware that EX15 debuffs your team's damage received when he dies. So he's going to be your last prioritized target, right? So those death buffs, you don't want the team to get use out of that, right? And then I guess another unit to note that is that Green Goku. He's able to completely just outright block an attack, right? With his green card mechanic, essentially. Units you should just be killing early on here. They're not really doing too much, except for just doing damage. Is the Trunks, the free-to-play 13, and then the Vegeta. And then we have this next difficult fight right here. So we have GT with the Piccolo, I guess, because Affleck wasn't too happy about it, just straight up calling it as GT. So Super 17, high priority. He absorbs a Blast Arts, and he also debuffs the bottom 2 rows, and then he also has a chance to double attack against yellow units specifically. I just wanted to verify that information real quick for you guys too, that way you guys don't think I'm just talking out my ass. So yeah, right here on Blast Arts hit against favorable element, 50% chance to follow it up with another Blast Arts attack. That can be super detrimental. This guy is a high damage dealer, right? So if he gets a hold of one of your yellows, especially if it's like a boost yellow, like that's going to be really bad. And then Yellow Super Baby 2, also high priority. He has a strike counter, and then he's debuffing you essentially. And then the Baby Trunks, also pretty strong unit, has a cover change for the Super 17 and the Red Piccolo. And then he's also getting extra buffs depending on if you have a Saiyan slash hybrid Saiyan on your own team. So next we do have this fight right here. High priority is definitely going to be the Sweater Trunks. He does have a chance to double attack and usually has a cover rescue. I believe we have it listed that he has the cover rescue for Mai and the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And then free-to-play Zamasu is going to be debuffing you, so another high priority right there. And then obviously the Revival Goku is going to be your last killed unit, just because of the Revival mechanic, right? Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta doesn't get any mention here. I guess except for the mention that's getting right now. He usually has debuffs for the middle row, but he only gets that if there's 4 Vegeta clan allies, which he does not have in his possession right here, so you don't have to worry about his debuffs in particular. Next is this the Ginyu Force fight. No Revival Ginyu in this fight, so just take out the tag units and then the rest are pretty much fodder. And then you have your first boss fight right here. So the Buhan fight, or well, Buu Saga fight, we fought this a ton of times, right? So Ultan, he's debuffing your middle column and middle row turn 1. You want to get him out of the way. He has a strike cover change for the Kid Buu, by the way. And then fusing Super Vegito must be killed before turn 3 before he actually gets the opportunity to even get that support or get that fuse off. And then you do have, you're going to kill the Supreme Kai, you're going to kill the 18, Kid Buu, and then the Evil Buu is going to be your last killed unit. Alright, so now we're in part 2 territory. You do have the Super Saiyan 4 fight. This is a fight that used to be one of our labeled hard fights, but then we were like, you know what? It's not that difficult, right? I don't think much of you guys have issues with this fight. Typically, my attack order is the Super Saiyan 4 Yellow Goku, because he has the cover rescue usually for someone, usually one of the annoying units. So go for him. Go for the tag 4s. take out these 3 here at the bottom, and then going for the Gogeta for last because that's the most durable unit on this team. Sometimes I do need the rush to finish him off. If you guys are confident in your damage against that guy, definitely go for it. Go for him earlier if you want to. And then unfortunately, usually I don't cover double fights, right? Usually we go over it one time and then we don't come back to it. Unfortunately, you are going to fight Boo Saga 2 times, and it's not going to be at each boss interval. This is just smack dab, like not even in the middle. It's like before the middle, like at a quarter into the part 2. And then you have this fight right here. I honestly don't think this fight is worth mentioning too much, but if I did have to mention some units, obviously the LF Cooler, the red one, this Bowser right here, because he's definitely going to be juicing up a cooler unit. He gets benefits from having a cooler unit. And then going for the purple guy last, just because when you hit him, I can't remember if he's either buffing his team. I'm pretty sure it is buffing his Sagas from the movies allies. So definitely do keep that in mind. Then this fight, we do have to mention specifically the Goku Bardock units. If you guys remember, doomgeta had a run-in with this guy a couple seasons ago. He has the Ultra UI Goku effect, where if you hit him with a blue card, you don't kill him with that blue card / Ultimate Arts card. He is going to get 100% to his own special move gauge and then smack you right back with something. And that is a little bit unfortunate. doomgeta, unfortunately, he received the brunt end of that against one of his red units. I believe it was with his GT Kid Goku, and obviously that's going to hurt. Next fight is another one of our labeled hard fights. This is going to be the future team. So again, pretty straightforward here. Usually the big 3 that you get out of the way is going to be the Sweater Trunks, chance to double attack, right? The Sword of Hope Trunks, and then this guy right here, the Vegeta Trunks unit. They do not have a cover change, thankfully. But a lot of the times what I end up doing is I go for these 2 first, and then I go for the Mai. Mai is going to throw a stun at you, or she's going to flashbang you, right, at the end of turn 2, so leading into turn 3. So you do have a little bit of room to kill her before that happens. So I usually like to go for these 3, and then obviously the tag unit. But if you're just looking at straight high priority, it's definitely these 3 right here that are highlighted. And then Rage Trunks, it's a given that he goes last. He gets buffs every time he gets hit. Next, you do have this pink haired fight. High priority is pretty straightforward. It's just going to be the Amon and the Kiawe. And then obviously mid priority is going to be like Purple 21. She transforms, has pretty high stats. And then the Rosés honestly don't do too much. I mean, Yellow Rosé, he does have extra damage inflicted against hybrids, but even then, I don't think he would be a high priority, even if you were running hybrids. And then you do come up to this fight on the main path right here. I don't really think this fight is that bad. Just, I guess, keep in mind that this yellow Gogeta, he does have the strike mitigation for strike teams out there. And then this Goku is stunning you on turn 1 as well. Nothing you can really do about that because it's right off rip. And then your final boss fight is going to be against the superhero fight. Pretty much, I would say these 3 are definitely your high priorities. The Beast Gohan, the blue Beast Gohan, obviously, I think is going to be the first unit you go for. And then you're going to want to kill the red Beast Gohan before he gets a chance to even go into his beast form. The obviously tagged unit, you're going to want to get out of the way. And then it's going to be these 2, and then the revival unit at the very end. So next is going to be the top teams, but before we get into the top teams, here is the team guide / legend key for the icons that you're going to be seeing in the following graphics. All right, just in case something pops up, you guys don't know what it means, one of the arrows, you're like, what is the blue arrow versus the red arrow? That will be covered right here, so please just refer back to this image. So starting off with the first team, it is going to be Sagas from the movies. It's going to be the Strike team. So we used this same team last season. Obviously, per season, it's going to differ. Right, there's going to be some changes, especially with boost units. This is the graphic, by the way, on the right-hand side. So you can follow this team. Obviously, the green Godku is 100% optimal, right? That dude, whatever team he could be used on, he should be used on. Turn 1 super attack, automatically turn that into the ultimate arts, of course. Very, very good unit, a unit that I do not have in my possession. For your boost units here, I do have the Bowser and the blue Cooler. Obviously, Bowser, he pairs super, super well with Cooler units, so I think it's good to have. I think that's the main reason why we kicked off the red Beast Gohan in favor of the red Cooler. That way to just support that Bowser's need for a cooler teammate, right? So we do have this guy on here. I have him at 6 stars. I am going to get his friendship rank up. I have it at friendship rank 3 right now. Obviously, that's going to change. We're going to get higher and higher with that.
For other units that I have replaced from the main team, Magenta staying on here. Magenta performed really well for me. I'm going to go ahead and keep him on the team. Garlic Jr. is going to stay on for me too. That Revival Gohan probably is going to have better survivability. I actually do think he has a better Z ability too, because in terms, well, this guy's buffing base strike and blast defense, whereas this guy's buffing strike attack, which is, you do want to have a good mixture of those Z abilities, right? You don't want to overdo it on the defensive Z abilities, essentially. But I also am going to be using this kind of helps out, because instead of the Fat Gotenks, I'm using this guy who is going to be buffing strike and blast attack instead. So I think that's very valid right there. The yellow Gohan has never died on me either. Like, I feel like that dude is just really good, really durable. So we're going to keep him on instead of the Fat Gotenks. Another thing to kind of highlight here is look at how much boost units are available in the replacement options for this team. That is huge. This is a really good season for Sagas, so I think it's very valid of us to try them out again. And so next we do have the blast-based version of the team. So core unit is going to be the Roshi. That is your HBZ ability buffer. He's pretty much never going anywhere. Then for your boost units, you actually have a good chunk of boost here. You have the Z tier yellow Metal Cooler, you have S tier red Turles, and S tier red Frieza. That Frieza also is stunning alongside the green ZENKAI Cooler, who's stunning main team units wise. You have the green Gogeta, who's super attacking / stunning on turn 3. You have the Ultimate Piccolo, who's going to be providing support. You do want to pay attention to his positioning. That's why he's at the top of the board right there. And then you have the blue Gohan. Free-to-play unit should be at 14 stars, right? He has buffs against powerful opponent. That guy's really good. He actually replaces Blue Beast Gohan on the Hybrids Blast team. So do keep that in mind. Next, we do have Frieza Force right here, right? So this team, it pretty much stays in the same lane, kind of. So core units, you do have the Revival Frieza, the blue one. He's a pseudo healer. He's a revival unit. He's a supporter. You know, he's a really good unit to have on the team. And then you have core unit of Naval. That is going to be your pseudo healer, full board support. That dude's pretty much guaranteed on this team, guaranteed on the event exclusive team. He also acts as one of your S tiers. Red Frieza, one of your S tiers / stun units. You have Raspberry, one of your S tiers, and then you have a Pole, one of your Z tiers. So a very good chunk of support, or at least boost is what I meant to say, for your team right here. And then for the rest of the main team, you have the purple LF Frieza, stun, turn 1 stun, and then you have the yellow Frieza right there. That yellow, well, both of the yellow Friezas actually, but the ZENKAI one, that dude, if he gets hit with the blast arts, he mitigates that blast, and then he gets 100% to his special move gauge. He's really strong. Some would argue he is even better than the Legends Limited yellow Frieza. And honestly, I do agree. And then you have the Golden Frieza. Remember, Golden Frieza, Golden Tile. He gets a turn 1 super attack, turn that into the ultimate arts, and then you also get to inflict debuffs onto your enemy team. Just remember that. And then we actually have the LOE team here. So what you want to do is kind of running a similar setup to the Frieza Force team, right? Your core unit's going to be the Revival Frieza, Pseudo Healer, Supporter, Revival. And then you have Chilled, HPZ ability buffer. And then for boost, you have Z tier Green Frieza, the Sagas from the movies one. And then you have the free-to-play Metal Cooler as your S tier. And then another S tier with the red Frieza that's stunning on turn 1. You have triple stuns on this team. So you have that red Frieza, the Legends Limited purple, and then the ZENKAI Green Cooler. All 3 of those units are stunning on turn 1, which is pretty strong. Especially give you that head start with the Golden Frieza, who's super attacking turn 1. Again, Golden Frieza, Golden Tile. Keep him going right there, right? Always hit that ultimate arts with him so you can inflict those debuffs. Alright, so next we have Regeneration. It's been a while since we've used Regeneration. I miss it. Not saying that I'm going to come back to it next season, but I do miss it. So core unit, you have Super Baby 2. That is your primary healer. That dude is just always on the team. There's no reason not to run him. He's just so consistent. Consistency in this game mode is absolute key, right? There's units that can be inconsistent for you. Like even the Boot Tanks is sometimes inconsistent with his damage for me. Baby will always just fill his role perfectly each time, consistently each time. So you have him. You have Z tier boost, yellow Metal Cooler, S tier boost, blue Metal Cooler already getting, you only need the 30%, by the way. This team goes the extra mile. You get a little bit of extra boost and get that S tier red Ma Junior, the DB Saga Piccolo right there, which is good.
And then obviously for main team, other than that, you have Boot Tank Super Attack turn 1, Super Attack turn 3 with the Legends Limited Yellow Piccolo. Should be ZENKAI 7, by the way. Don't let the ZENKAI 2 fool you. You have that purple cell down there. That purple cell, low key, bro. Like, look at how often he makes it onto these graphics, bro. We're pushing the agenda. I actually do believe the Legends Limited blast based cell is better at equal stars, but that purple cell can work just as well on the blast team. So you're chilling with him if you're going to use him over the other cell. And then you also have the Parasite Trunks up there, really strong against hybrids / Saiyans. You see a lot of those per season, so he's always a safe pick. Next, we do have powerful opponents, so things have been switched up with PO. I honestly have not talked to Doom about this, so things are kind of still a little bit in the air for me right now. One of the big things you'll notice here is that Yellow Broly, the skinny one, he's not on the team, and he was a core unit. So if he does make it back onto the team, I don't know if he's going to remain getting that core unit, right? Because the core unit tag is reserved for units that have permanent spots on their team. And so now that he's been moved into backup, I don't know if we're coming back from this, but that used to be your HPZ ability buffer. And so HPZ ability is like really important. It gives you extra survivability and stuff like that. So he has been removed from the team. Main team wise, you have the Garlic Jr. You have he's going to help with like avoiding stuns and stuff like that, debuffs. Really, really nice. And then you have the Ultra Rose up there, getting guaranteed blue card turn 1, turn that into the ultimate, easy peasy. You have the blue Goku Black, you have the yellow Tapion for heals / support. He's only doing one slot though. Do keep that in mind. He's not healing multiple units, it's just like literally the unit right below him. In this case, it would be that purple cell. Obviously, purple cell, we talked about him being great. Corrupted Zamasu, one of my favorite units in ToP. And then for your boost units, you have the Z tier Red Frieza, who I do not have, and then you have the Z tier Goku Black. That Goku Black, he primarily benefits off of having future and powerful opponent on your team, and which you do have a lot of, right? So the Merge Zamasu fits that, the Cell fits that, the Goku Black fits that. Obviously, Goku Black and Rose both fit that. Next, you do have androids. So one of the big differences here is from this season and from last season is that instead of the Super 17, you now see the Ultra Cell here, right? So those two are definitely interchangeable. It's depending on which one you have. If you don't have Cell, boom, Super 17. If you have 17 but don't have Cell, boom. You know what I mean? It's interchangeable between those two units. They're both very, very good. Both play really strong roles here. I do like the Cell more, if I'm being real honest with you. Cell is helping you out with building super gauges, and I think that's super OP for this game mode at least. No core units here. Closest thing to a core unit you're going to have is going to be that yellow Cell. That yellow Cell is almost a mainstay on the team, right? So you would think, hey, maybe we'll give him that core unit role, but I don't know. It's like up in the air. I don't know if he's needed. We're going to have to see, eventually come to androids and see this for ourselves, but that is your max HPZ ability buffer, and he's a healer, bro. He's the 2-in-1 package. We might as well give it to him. And then for your boost, you have Z tier Cell Jr., S tier 15. I want to say that's 15. That guy sucks. You better have him at 14 stars. You better have him at his friendship rank up and stuff. Not that his kit sucks. His kit, honestly, if I remember correctly, it's not terrible. But he's just super old, right? So you do have that to consider. And then you have the Blast Base LF purple Cell. You have the ZENKAI green Cell. Green Ruff loves that guy, by the way. So that is a testament to his ability to perform. You have MVP 17, and you do have the Gamma 1 and 2. Next, we do have GT. So Blast Base version, main unit, or core unit is Super Baby 2. That is going to be your heals. And then for your Z tier boost, you have the green Trunks. I don't have that guy. You can replace him with that EX Baby Vegeta, though. I honestly think that guy's not bad. I do have him at friendship rank 10, though, so definitely going to go ahead and put that notice out there. And then the S tier Yellow Vegeta. He's a ZENKAI unit. He's going to survive, right? That's a really big thing with these units that are going to be your high boost units. You want them to survive. And then he also has debuffs and stuff like that. Not bad damage either. And then for the main team, you have Parasite Trunks, strong against Saiyans, hybrids. You have the purple 17. That guy is huge for this team. Great supporter, great debuffer. And then you have Super 17, probably your main source of damage there.
especially if he's targeting yellow units, right? Because then he gets that 50% chance to double attack. And then Oob's pretty good from what I remember. And then the Spirit Bomb Goku, that guy, he actually has a stun. He has the Solar Flare ability. And then next we have the Strike Base version. So of course, Baby is going to be one of your mainstays on this team as well. And then for your boost units, you have the Z tier Oob, and then the S tier Nova, who also has the Bubble Shield ability, so he's able to mitigate one attack, whether it be a strike or a blast. And then boost unit, actually, you could go ahead and get some extra boost on here. You can swap out the red Omega Shenron for the red Kid Goku, right? Because he's strike base favorable, and then he's also getting a super attack every other fight because he's getting 50% a fight, so that's pretty strong. You have the attack 4s for extra damage. That yellow pen's really good. Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku has a stun on turn 1, which is very beneficial. And then the Ultra Gogeta. So next we do got hybrids. This is the blast based version. Even though it's the blast based version, you notice that Ultra Beast Gohan still has a place here. He still has a home here. That dude is going to be the mainstay. Or what? Not necessarily core unit, because his primary role is damage. Other units can definitely fulfill that role. But he's very, very good. Highly recommended. But core unit is going to be Pan, though. HPZ ability buff. You love to see it. And then for your boost units, you have S tier Kid Gohan and Z tier Gotenks. If you have the Trunks, that GT Trunks, that would be better. But Gotenks is definitely going to be more accessible for most of you guys. Fat Gotenks for support. You have Ultra Gohan. That Ultra Gohan, bro. So good. A lot of people put Revival Gohan on this team, especially if they don't have that Ultra Gohan. But the Ultra Gohan, he mitigates the strike arts, gets automatic 100% to his special move gauge. Absolutely huge. You have the Grunks unit, tag unit strong, right? That's pretty much just the caveman mentality. And then you have the Blue Gohan, free to play, strong against PO units. Very, very good. He's favorable over the Blue Beast Gohan here. And then you have the Strike Base version, which is, well, at least to Fuck Idiot, who is a big contributor to the revamp of the series. He attests to the Strike Base Saiyans team, or Hybrid Saiyans team, heavily. So you do have the Ultra Beast Gohan, of course. He's on both teams. You have the Blue Beast Gohan. You have Pan for your core units. That is your HPZ ability buff. You still have Fat Tank support. And that green Trunks up there, bro. I've been dying to use him. And I feel like I say that every time I showcase this team. I put it up on the screen, and then I never use them, right? One of the teams I definitely do have to try out. And then you have the Tag Krillin Gohan unit. Again, tag unit strong. For your boost, you have the S tier Purple Gohan, and then the Z tier Blue Gohan. Honestly, that's like one of the main reasons is that Blue Gohan is consistently Z tier, and I just don't have him. And I think that's like a big incentive to running this team is if you do have them, because look at the boost option replacements. It's not a lot. So next, we do have the Taunthan team. Again, one of those situations, you see God Goku on here. God Goku is going to be placed wherever he can be placed. Super attack turn 1, bro. What more can you ask for? Core unit is going to be Taunthan. That's the name of the game. His team. It's based around him. S tiers, you have the Purple Kid Gohan. You have the Healing Namek Goku, the green one. And then he's a pseudo healer. I'm pretty sure it's just a one-time heal. Don't expect him to be healing you every single turn, like my Goat Super Baby 2, alright? And then you have the S tier Kid Goku, the red, getting 50% per fight, super attacking every other fight, essentially, right? That's pretty strong in itself. You have the tag unit strong. Beast Gohan is just, he's a beast. And then Yellow Pan here. I would say that, in my opinion at least, if you don't have Ultra Beast Gohan, then yes, go to Pan. So next we have Saiyans. This is the strike-based team. We're seeing some Daima love in here too, right? So boost, no core units by the way, but boost units do include the red S tier Kid Goku GT, the S tier Turles, and then the S tier Blue Nappa. That Blue Nappa is really good. It honestly surprises me how often he's in S tier, because he's a really good unit. Like he's just, even if he wasn't high tier, he would still be probably recommended, right? Like on some teams at least. And then for the main roster, you have 2 guaranteed super attacks. Turn 1 super attack with Godku, bro. The GOAT. And then you have the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, guaranteed super attack turn 2. That mini Daima Goku, I really like that guy a lot. His placement is important.
You want him in that middle tile right there. He's giving key restore speed to his allies, making you just outblitz the enemy team, which is strong. Especially paired with Godku, right? That way you're just super attacking someone, killing someone, potentially killing 2 units before they even get a chance to touch you. That's huge. Tag unit with the Goku Frieza, and then Daima Goku is the official off-brand Beast Gohan. So he's definitely strong in his own right too. Next, we do have the blast-based version. So you do have no core unit. You have S tier Turles, Z tier Bardock. I do not have that freaking Bardock, bro. So you have literally two Z tier replacements, but you have a good chunk of S tier replacements to choose from right there. And in terms of main team, it's tag unit galore, bro. Like I feel like this team is one of those teams where you kind of do need a lot, because it's like, boom, you got 4 Legends Limited, a tag unit, you know what I mean? You have the Vegeta Trunks, you have the Evo Ken, you have Revival Nappa, and then you have the Buu Duo. Buu Duo, I feel like, is definitely one of your strongest assets here, because he has the Transcendent Kamehameha on turn 4. So definitely like the cleaner upper of the team is able to go ahead and just close out fights for you. And then you have the Piccolo Goku, really strong unit too. And then you have the Angel Vegeta. He's going to be one of your healers. He heals every unit on the team on turn 3. It's just a one-time heal, but still valuable nonetheless. And then finally, we have event exclusive. I do need to try this team. I really do. I've been thinking about it heavily. This was almost the season that I did it, but I wanted to redeem myself with Sagas, you know? When you get knocked down, I just want to get back up. I want to try again. So that's what I'm going to do this season. Event exclusive, though. Main or core units, you have Pui Pui HPZ ability, you have Naval, General, just great support and pseudo healing ability, plus he's an S tier pretty much full time. And then you have S tier Raspberry, S tier Blue Metal Cooler. For main team, you have the support from Riku. You have the free to play Bulma down there. You have 18 also acting as pseudo heals. So a lot, you basically have all this shielding, extra padding, protection going on with this team, right? You have the red Senshinran up there, or is that, I always want to say that's the Omega, but I'm pretty sure that is the Sin. All of these units, either way, should be 14 stars, bro. These are all free-to-play units. That's why you don't see the big star indicators on this team in particular, only on the backup units. It's just because 14 stars is the expectations for this team. And Friendship Break 10, because you're going to need all the help you can get since you're not really running premium units here, right? And we don't have any new characters to cover. I guess we could look at Launch, see what she does right here. So let's display these maximum stats while I'm trying to talk over the cat actively using the litter box in the background right here. So key restore speed is actually extremely high. So 2,707. DB Saga, of course, huge for DB Saga, huge for girls, huge for Weapon Wielder. When we do eventually run the Weapon Wielder team, has only the blue card available to her. 40% to damage inflicted. Minus 20% to damage received, so damage cut is really strong, right? 40% to key recovery is insane. 40% is massive, bro. You guys don't even understand how big that is, bro. 25% to special move gauge charge rate is all right. Special move arts hit all enemies. Minus 5% to damage inflicted for 2 turns. Minus 20% to key recovery for 2. Wow, bro. That is really good. Low key. At the end of turn, or second turn, you activate your green card, 20% to damage inflicted by allies in range. Restore your own health by 10 goddamn percent? What the hell? Why did they give her this much for a TOP kit? Like, this is like one of the first times that I've seen a ZENKAI TOP kit. I actually feel like someone went in there and was just like, I gotta go crazy on the ZENKAI TOP kit. Like, this is unheard of. Unless it was already this good, and I just haven't read the kit in a long time. Let me know. On Blast or Special Move Arts attack, 30% to own damage inflicted for 1 turn. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 15% to damage received for 1 turn. I feel like this is going to be one of the few, like, girls units that's going to, like, get demoted. Like, they're not going to be high tier. I feel like this is a really strong unit, unironically. And that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this season's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys need additional help and want some one-on-one help with some of the helpers, or maybe not even one-on-one help, but just some general guidance for other stuff that might not be clear to you guys, definitely, again, check out those Discord links in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!